Alyne Hart here, and it has been a hot freaking minute since I've made a YouTube video. I promise I am really going to try and upload content more consistently. We'll talk about that in a second. We've got a lot to talk about today. I have a super exciting announcement for you at the end of the video, so stick around. But today I'm coming to you live from my bedroom where all the magic happens. And by magic, I mean mostly dirty books and inappropriate memes on Facebook. So I've already had a cup of coffee. I'm sitting here with my Bang energy drink. If you know me, you know I love Bang energy drinks. That's not like a promo or anything. I just freaking love them. I think that my end goal is to die happy, overly caffeinated, and apparently have a heart attack. So what we're going to talk about right now is The Island. And if you're on my Facebook page, or if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram or my blog, you know that I've been talking like nonstop about my rewrite of The Island. And sorry if that's annoying, but like I'm pretty excited about it. So let's talk about The Island, because everybody knows my kink is honesty, and I'm always honest. I'm always honest about myself and my flaws and my mistakes. So let's just talk about The Island. The Island was kind of my debut book, and I'll tell you more about why I say that in a little bit. Also, I apologize if the audio is really shitty, like I don't have a microphone, and I will solve that. But for now, this just is what it is. Also, I realized that I'm filming and uploading a video on Super Bowl Sunday because I'm not very smart. The Island. The Island, first of all, it's gone through 3 covers. We don't even need to talk about that. It's gone through 3 covers. The Island has always kind of been a work in progress to me, and the lighting is really weird. Again, sorry. I love getting hyper. I wrote that book 8 years ago, and up until that point, the only thing I'd ever really written was poetry and short stories for like story forums on the internet, like circa internet, like dial-up internet days. Yeah, I'm that freaking old. That's all I ever did. And I never even wrote romance, and I've been really honest about this. I was not a romance reader. I was more about like Dean Koontz and Stephen King and Chuck Palahniuk and stuff like that. Like that was my bag. That was the kind of stuff that I was reading. And then I had this dream one night about these 3 people, and I've explained this heavily. It was not a dirty dream at all. It was about these 3 people, and I became obsessed with the idea of 3 people like being in love and how that would work out. So I wrote a short story. And the more I wrote the short story, it became a longer story. And then I sat back 4 months later, having written 100,000 words, and I was like, holy shit, I just wrote a book. And that has its own story. It almost got published. I don't even know how. We're not going to go there. Instead of going with the publisher who wanted to publish my book, I decided to kind of do some more writing because it really excited me that I had just literally written a whole book. I mean, who can say that you sat down and wrote a whole book? I wrote a whole book, and I was really proud of myself. And I joined all these other writing storyboards, and I started posting stories on them and just kind of writing a lot more. And then I posted The Island in like serial chunks on this blog and gained a really big following. And then one day, and this is gonna sound, it's not as bad as I'm making it sound, but I just realized that the stuff that I was writing was just a little more complex than some of the other things that were being posted, and that's not a slam. Like I don't mean that to like toot my horn and say like, oh my god, I'm like so amazing. No, my stories were just a little more complex, and I realized that I wanted to do something with them rather than just post them in serial chunks on story blogs. And I really started looking into self-publishing, and I realized that before I did that, I needed to put The Island to bed. I needed to just be done with it. So I read it through Grammarly. All you other author friends, you can go ahead and laugh at me now. I read it through Grammarly, made my own cover, uploaded it to Amazon, and then my big marketing plan was to get on my personal Facebook page and say, I wrote a book. And I thought that a bunch of people would buy it, and all of a sudden I'd be famous and they'd make a movie out of it, and I'd ride off into the sunset. And that is not what happened. What happened was it didn't sell. And what happened was a few of my close friends read it and they liked the story. But then when it got into the hands of a few non-friends, I started to get some reviews that were not terrible, but they were harsh and they were real. And I, once again, honesty is my kink, and I like bad reviews. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like bad reviews because I think that you can, well, okay, bad reviews that are written a certain way. I think you can learn a lot from them, and I learned a lot about that book based on those reviews. I could have let that crush me. I could have let that make me not want to write again, and I've seen it happen to other authors. But instead of letting that happen, because I am kind of an overachieving twat, I decided to really start studying the craft of writing and how to create an arc and how to create compelling characters and compelling storylines and dialogue and all of this stuff. And I sat down to write what I now consider to be my debut novel, which is Rocking Autumn. To me, that reads like a debut novel, not The Island. I was still ironing out the kinks, but really trying on my personal brand of romance. And if you've read my books, you know that my personal brand of romance is, yes, I'm bringing the hot and steamy, but really my books are more about emotions and personal growth and kind of real people. Like, I take ridiculously hot people, but I try to make them as real and gritty and honest and tangible as I can. That's just how I write. And that's how everything that I write from here forward is going to be. That's my niche in the romance world. I started to see a lot of my flaws in The Island when I would attend online author parties, and people would, when they would win a book, they would pick that book, and I would send like an apology for that book along with it. And then I went to a book signing in the summer, and when people wanted to buy that book, I was trying to talk them out of it. And that's when I realized this is like a huge problem, because I didn't want people to read it and think that it was synonymous with the way that I write now, because they are night and day. I pulled the book off the market. I finished writing my third book in my series, and then I decided that I really wanted to dig into The Island before I moved on to the fourth book in my series. I don't know why. That's just how I roll. Anyway, I sat down and I really started digging into the book. And here is the flaws that I will tell you about the first book in The Island. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the idea. I hate the writing. And it's not just the writing. The writing's terrible. It's the execution of the writing. It's literally all exposition and no dialogue. It is all telling and no showing. It's more like I'm just sitting down and regurgitating a story instead of drawing you, the reader, into the story and into the emotions. Because I'd never read romance before, I didn't know about creating a relationship the way it progressed. I also never knew that people did dual point of views in books. I just always did a singular point of view. And really, the relationship, to me, looking at it now, was not believable. It was just me telling you that it worked instead of showing you how it worked. So what does my rewrite entail? And this is why I'm excited about it, because it's truly reading like a brand new book. I tore the book apart, and while the storyline is remaining the same and the key points are remaining the same, I have added 20 to 30 brand new scenes. I've added everyone's point of view, and I've gone in and I've dissected those points where it was all exposition and all me just telling you a story, and I'm showing you the story with the eyes of 3 people instead of 1, so you can see how it all came together and how it all works. And I'm telling you, I'm falling so hard in love with this book. all over again. And I'm so super, super excited to share it with you guys. Instead of being one book, it is now 2 books. And I think that it's gonna, I'm just really, really, really excited. I've gotten so many questions about what does the rewrite mean. Does it mean I'm just going in and fixing grammar or, weird misspellings or things like that? Absolutely not. It's literally me going in, gutting a book, reworking it, and honestly making it a brand new story. The good thing is that not many people read it. So it's not like I'm trying to make money off of something twice. I think total, and I'm probably being kind here, probably total 40 people ever bought that book. And probably only ever when it was like 99 cents or something. Okay, so on to some more exciting news. I am going to vow to start uploading to YouTube at least twice a month. And again, let's just be fucking real here. Over the summer, I really went through some tough stuff. I was having some intense anxiety that I really had to deal with before I could do anything. And I was kind of faking my way through a couple of videos, and my heart wasn't there because there was just so much going on in my head. And I've always been really honest about my struggles with depression and anxiety. It's just part of who I am. I don't say that I suffer with it. I say that I live with it because it's something that I go through, and I have coping mechanisms, and I do things, and I try not to let myself, what I call doom spiral, when I get the really bad anxiety. But it happened. I doom spiraled, and I kind of hit honestly kind of a rock bottom with myself. I got really unmotivated. It was just really bad, you guys. And but I'm back, and I'm super excited, and I'm trying to figure out what kind of content. I know people really liked my writing tips and tricks, and there's a lot of them out there. So I really want to gear it towards romance writing. I know that people really liked my how to write a sex scene video where I introduced y'all to my key phrase, IKEA sex, which if you don't know what that is, you can go ahead and watch that video. I will link it up below. Or up below. See, yeah, this is why I need more caffeine. Up above is typically where you find things that are above you. You can tell I didn't script this today. I'm just talking. I was really excited that in my absence, I came back to a lot of comments that said, they just found my channel and they really liked it and they hope to see more content. I didn't know that those were there, and I apologize, and I hope that I have responded to everyone in kind by now, because I try and give everyone the attention that they are due. So there's that. So I really want to start gearing it towards that. I really like doing the vlogs, even though for some reason I never wear makeup in them, and I always wind up looking like a swamp creature. You can argue me all you want, I'll physically fight you. I look like a swamp creature without makeup. That being said, I have some super exciting things planned for 2019. I know it's like one of those annoying things like, oh my god, it's 2019, new year, new me. No, it's not like that. I sat down and looked at my goals like I do every year. I smashed almost all my goals last year, y'all. Like, I almost smashed all my goals. I'm super proud of myself. I have really big goals for 2019 and some exciting things. I'm going to write the 4th and final book in my Men of Evansdale County series, which I've been putting off because it's going to be a really emotional story, and I know it's going to suck me in, and it's going to be an ugly cry. Sorry, it's going to be an ugly cry book, but I'm really freaking pumped about it. I'm super excited about the cover image that I bought that has Blake and Tessie Conquest. She's so freaking gorgeous. I can't even stand it, and using her as my muse is really exciting. So I'm going to be paying off that picture soon, and I'll be putting together that cover. So pumped. I've been talking with a couple of models, and I have some photographers that I'm in talks with to buy pictures, and one of the models, I'm super excited. I'll be giving him his first cover. Fingers crossed that nobody gets to him before me. He and I have talked about this, and I'm really, really excited. I freaking love him to death, so can't wait to do that. And what else do I have planned for 2019? Oh my gosh, the most exciting news of all. First, because again, just crazy brain, overly caffeinated. Let's have another sip. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who purchased a copy of Spiced Holiday Kisses. You guys, our first payment was just for, so we released the book mid-November. So from mid-November to December, I just got paid for that. And we sent off $230 to the American Cancer Society. That doesn't sound like a ton of money, but when we're making 32 cents a book, that's a heck of a lot of books, you guys. And it was so exciting to send that off to them. We were so excited to be able to donate to a nonprofit organization that truly meant a lot to all of us. So thank you so much to everyone who's purchased that book. Again, December's payout comes next month. I'll be making another donation, and every month as that money comes in. So excited. Thank you from the bottom of my heart and from all of my teammates on that book. Thank you. It really meant a lot to us. It meant so much to us, and we had so much fun. We are putting together another anthology. This time, my book bestie, Kara, will be taking the lead on this book, as this is truly her project and something that she is really passionate about. And that is everyday heroes. So we're talking military, we're talking firemen, we're talking EMT, police, first responders of any kind. We are adding some new authors to our lineup, and the same group from our first book will be in it. So you guys, I'm so excited. I have my storyline. I'm writing about a hot firefighter. Like, how does it get any better than that? It really doesn't. I'm super excited. So before I actually have a heart attack on camera and just keep babbling, thank you for tuning in. Once again, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. I promise I will be better at uploading content, and I will see you guys next time.